If you're hiring entry-level roles this year, this episode will change how you think. Welcome to a new season of Prompted, where we talk about AI, tech, and entrepreneurship. I'm Cory.
I'm Jay.
Let's get into it. We're going to start with the prompt today and in every episode moving forward. In today's prompt, AI will kill every junior job in the next 5 years. Agree or disagree?
I disagree.
Why is that?
I disagree. I don't think just learning how to get into carpentry, if I'm a plumber, just looking into plumbing, things that have to do with a lot of hands-on work, I do not agree that AI, at least yet, or even in 5 years, will be able to take over. That's my take.
So I agree with that. When I ask that question to myself, I immediately go to like corporate jobs and like white collar jobs. Mm-hmm. And to me, corporate jobs, white collar jobs, I think in the next 5 years, what is currently there will be gone from a junior or entry level perspective.
Yeah.
It'll just be different. I think new jobs will be there.
The data entries, the assistants. Yeah.
Like, I think all that disappears, but it's interesting. I'll ask you this, like, what job do you think gets replaced first with AI in a white collar job perspective?
White collar being like hands-on?
White collar being like in the office.
Oh, in the corporate? Okay.
Yeah.
I think it's already happening. I think data entry is already happening. I think email and admin management stuff. So like there's the Motion apps, there's the Lynda AIs. These guys are replacing all the assistant admin type of roles. Mm-hmm. Those admin roles are already being replaced. And so that is first to go.
So this is interesting. Do you have an EA or VA?
I do.
So do I.
Yeah.
Why?
Okay, so I'd love to talk about this, and this is
okay.
I think it's really on the depth of integration they are with you as a person or the business. Okay, and so there are EAs out there that are just, it does not make as much sense to get rid of them just because of how much they already know. And I think there's also this fear of what if these edge cases come up that these AIs don't know how to handle yet, and so the confidence on going cold turkey and just bringing in AI, I think it's a friction problem. I think it's a person problem, and it's a trust problem.
So how integrated is AI in your life then? Because like you still have.
It's not.
Okay.
It's not.
Yeah.
Actually that's not true. I cannot write code anymore without AI.
Okay. Yeah.
So like if I'm not using Cursor or anti-gravity, I'm not, like, I will never ever see a world again where I'm not writing code with AI.
You just don't have to.
I just don't have to.
Yeah.
I will never see a world again where I am not writing copy without AI. And so that is becoming very integrated into my life.
Yep.
That's just the level up that I'm at. Now I'm sure there are other people that the AI is already in their email, it's in their calendar, it's in their finances, it's in their wherever, their tech, their operations.
Yep.
I'm not there yet. And so, but I think it's really like, it's situational. So for me, because I've been a software engineer by trade, that's the first place I'm going to go to try and get myself more time back.
Right.
Somebody else who's in data entry or as data analyst or whatever it is, they might just go straight to that.
Right. So for me, I'm also, my life is pretty integrated with AI, but like I mentioned, I have an EA as well too. And I try to think about, would there ever come a time where I don't need one and I just purely use AI? And I still run into situations where it's like I don't know how to fully still integrate everything in my life. So there's some things that are easy, like emails, Slack messages, even those, and even like Google Drive, like those type of things, like AI can get access to relatively easier now. But there's still a lot of things where it doesn't. So like my text messages, for instance, my in-person conversations, if I don't record it, how is it going to know any context about that? Yeah. Context about previous relationships with a certain person, right? Like what if I started that conversation at a networking event, right? Like how are they going to know? And so like my go-to right now is I just share that with my EA. I could also share that with AI, I guess, but it's just not part of my process of how I do that right now. So I don't know, maybe it's just like it's a process change for me. But and I think it's a trust thing too. I think that was the last thing that you mentioned. I think we're probably like 90% AI in most things that we try to do now. Or we try to get to that. But there's still like a trust factor where it's like I trust my EA to like respond to like clients and people and like respond to my emails. Like I don't touch my email.
Yeah.
Like really. Like I maybe touch it 5% of the time.
Yeah.
I don't know if I would trust AI to respond to my clients. And so that's where it's like I've hesitated at even exploring that option. And I've leaned towards like, how can I use it for other parts of my life and my business rather than that. So even though we talk about like those are some of the first places it could go, I don't know if it actually will be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think when we talk about being deeply integrated, it's like how dependent are you with it?
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
And so for me, like definitely software engineering, I'm definitely dependent
on it. Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
Just because of how much more I can do in a day. So it just doesn't make sense for me not to do it.
Right.
I am not deeply integrated into it in other aspect of my life because I've always been using AI in more of a reactive way than a proactive way. And so if I ever need something, I'm going to Manus or the chats or the Claudes and ask and get the question to help me with that situation. But I don't have a workflow in my life where it's like, if this, then do this, if that, then do that. You know? And so there's no deep integration to my life yet where I feel the need to have it on a more proactive basis. And that's my own fault because I just need to automate my life more to see how I can do that.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, me too. Like it's a tough thing. It's almost like the idea of like delegating, and giving up control.
Yeah.
It's kind of hard.
Yeah.
We've done it our whole life.
Yeah.
And now we're giving it up to technology. And that's kind of hard in itself, right? It's like you're used to just doing it all yourself. Because I'm very much reactive as well too with AI. Like I can't think of anything right now where it is proactively doing something for me. The only deeply integrated. The only example I can think of right now is I'm actually trying to set up basically our podcast episodes.
Yeah.
So the copy for our podcast episodes or the ideation of it, at least, to just be drafted every single week, but like with the most current news.
Yes.
So you can like schedule so ChatGPT has like a scheduler as well. You can like schedule these things where it's just like it automatically like, hey, on a Monday or a Tuesday, just pops up for me, and it's like here's your script or your structure for the episode for this week.
Yeah, I'm the exact same way with Manus. Like I'll use Manus literally every day. I wake up, I'll go to Manus. It has my news from the previous day.
Do you like Manus?
I do like Manus. And the reason I like Manus is because of two things. One, it's got more integrations, so like more MCP servers that I'm able to integrate with. And two, I find that it does more deep research on the fly and integrating with my systems to pull in what makes sense in the context that I'm giving it. So for example, I run Social Suite, and so it has it has all this context about exactly what I'm trying to do.
Yeah.
But more so, I've plugged in into like my Google. I mean, chat does this too, but I plugged into my Google Drive, so it's got like my shared drives in there and all the documents I have in there. So it's referencing that, and then it's in real time. So if I'm asking it a question, it'll give me a full report on kind of like the next steps I should take. And I don't find that chat does that. Chat is really more of just like, here's the answer to your question.
Right.
That's it.
I haven't delved into Manus all that much. But now I might. Because Meta also just bought it.
Yes.
So
2 billion or something?
Yeah. Something like that. So that'll be interesting. But back to our original prompt of like the jobs that will be lost. I had one in my head.
Go.
Consultants.
That's very vague. Like, what do you mean consult? Consults are everything.
Like management consultants, man. Especially like junior consultants. So like when you think of like the McKinseys, the Bains, the people that work there for literally, dude, any field.
Okay.
Like for any field. Like, so I think of consultants as management consultants for like, you can have them literally for any business, man. I don't know. Like they're very generalist types of people, right?
Okay.
But a lot of what they do, I'm like, you're answering questions and trying to figure out how to solve problems for a business. But why couldn't a business just like go into literally any AI chat and get those answers. Because I can tell you right now, so my mother-in-law, she works for a management consultants firm, and she's like, yeah, a lot of our like junior associates and like consultants and all them, they just, they get all their discovery from the client, right? And then they pump it into AI. How do you solve the problem? And they're like, great. So it's like, to me, I'm like, okay, so why are you there then?
Yeah. Yeah.
The only way that you're there is to like present it back.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. But then I'm like, again, we're talking about like replacing junior roles.
Yeah.
And I like the research and putting all that reports together is the junior role.
Yeah.
And I don't think you need that anymore.
I think it's also the next steps too. It's like once this happens, like what's the feedback loop that the AI needs to know about to do the next steps?
Yeah, I guess so.
And so I think there's a lot of heavy lifting to like you can do it, but then it's up to human to be able to create that feedback loop. I'll call it the infinite feedback loop, where it knows exactly what to do and when to do it based on certain outcomes, and that just doesn't exist. And so, like for instance, hey, an invoice came in, or I sent an invoice out.
Yeah.
All right. And it's like, okay, they haven't paid in 30 days. All right. What are the next steps in our business? Well, we either hire a collections agency or we have that happen in-house to reach out to them to get collections happening. All right. Okay, cool. So that's the next step. And then what happens, they're going to call, and then the conversation happens. What's the outcome of that conversation? And then there's going to be that loop. And that's just one example where now you can like have AI to just go out and start being the collections agent based on a certain trigger.
Yep.
All right. And then, but that integration needs to happen. And so I see a whole world where like the consultants just need to be better at not the actual task itself, but creating the feedback system to have the task executed autonomously.
Yeah, I like that. I like that. This goes to like, what should next steps be? So if you're hiring people this year, like what skills should you look for? Yeah. And if you are someone that is trying to get hired to your entry level role, it's like, what skills do you need to build in your repertoire so they're attractive to employers? Yeah. You kind of just talked about a little bit about, how consultants need to, their skills actually figuring out how to build that autonomous system and the feedback loop itself, right? Rather than the task itself originally. Right. Anything else that comes to mind for you?
Well, I just think it's like, okay, so if I'm a consultant, then I'm going to be replaced by consultants that are already doing this. So if I'm going to hire a consultant and a consultant's like, hey, it's going to cost you a retainer of 10 grand a month for X amount of months, or you can pay me 10 grand and I will do it for you and it's good for life. And so like maybe it's not a repeatable model, but you're going to choose me over the next person because I can have it going for you constantly. It creates enterprise value for you now that you have AI in there, and I can just rinse and repeat to every other thing and already have that. Like if I'm just building, if we take the collections example, if I'm just building an autonomous loop for a business, I can replicate that and then that becomes my business. So devs definitely need to know AI for sure. In your world, okay? What are you thinking? What are you currently hiring for right now? Are you hiring?
Yes, we are hiring at Six Summit. So devs for sure, and same answer as you. Like we always tell them, 92% plus code is what we're looking for in using AI. The other 8%, we want your expertise. Yeah. Right. The other is client success. Is the other place that we're hiring in right now. This one. Now, it's like I need them to have an understanding of tech and AI.
Yeah, it's an interesting one.
And I actually do want them, part of my goal for like the client success role is actually I want them to build the playbook on how we can use AI in the role.
Yeah, leave it up to them.
Because like to me, I see it as like a one, maybe two person function as it grows. Yeah. Yeah. Like as we get way more clients and projects. Yeah. So, and hiring this early, the expectation actually is that they build the playbook on how to use AI, how to make it autonomous. How do we leverage AI in client success? Because I don't know the best way to do it. Yeah. Yeah. Right. I could just I can jam all day on chat or Gemini or whatever, and I probably can come up with something. But I want someone to not just come up with it, but also then start to implement it. Right. So yes, they do need to have some skills in AI. So I think if there's any people, and this is not really like a junior role. It's a kind of intermediate level role. Okay. But I think anyone that is entry level, that is junior and that's coming out of school, that's not a dev. Yeah. I would say
in AI or understands AI?
like just like, if you're trying to like figure out how you're going to make yourself better, make yourself valuable, just start learning how to use AI. And the best way to honestly start doing that, one, go to YouTube and just start watching stuff. Two, go ask AI itself.
Yeah.
Right? Those are two huge ways to just start learning. Like if you're not using, I think like Chat, Manus, Gemini, like on a daily basis, I think you're already falling behind. And that's where you can pick up really, really quickly.
Yeah. Dude, you know how many devs I know that like don't know or an anti-gravity or whatever? Like they're so far behind. I think to myself, what bubble are we in? Like, are we in a bubble or like?
So even go to your life, right? Like I go to like my friends and family. I think I might be the only person in my family and extended family that uses AI.
Yeah.
And that's weird to me, but we are also like you said, I think we are in a smaller bubble than we think.
I think we are. My ChatGPT is a lot smarter than I am. I asked him first.
That's true, right?
It's so strange. It's like, why? He's like, I tried Googling it, and it's like, that's not even a thought. It's like, in my mind, it's not even a thought anymore, like to Google it.
I don't go to Google.
Yeah.
I never go to Google. And so that's the win, right? It's like, just start using these AI chat interfaces because it will open up the door to you on how to use different technologies within AI, I would say, right? When you start talking about agents and we start talking about like integrating our lives, if you start thinking about that and you go AI first in your mind, I think that's how juniors and entry level people will win and be valuable to employers. Because like if we're in this bubble, I guarantee you there's employers out there that if you just like shoot a couple like AI buzzwords and show them a couple of things, they're gonna be like, holy smokes.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah. I think one of the biggest things that most entry level people are going to face is the requirements of what an entry level is going to become is not entry level anymore.
Interesting.
And so you got to learn how to use AI before even getting into an entry level because the baseline for entry level is going to be so high now.
I think so
Which
too.
really it's really not high, but like now your skills are, hey, do you know and how would you use AI to solve this problem?
I think the output expectation is higher.
Correct.
Right? The output expectation. What I actually think
that's a great way to say it.
Yeah, the output expectation is higher. I actually think the requirements for our entry level jobs traditionally is actually gonna get lower in the sense of I don't know if you've noticed this, right? But we had a trend where basically for entry level jobs, if you didn't have a master's degree, like you weren't getting a job.
Finding a job.
I don't think that's as true nowadays. Like I think that trend is actually flipping. Where it's like if you're smart enough in like AI, like that will trump you having a master's degree.
Yes.
And I think a lot of big companies are going to be slow to adopt this mentality.
Yes.
But I think a lot of smaller companies, honestly, like I think they're going to lean towards like the skills again because they're like, well, this is a high output.
Yeah.
Like they don't need a master's degree. And it's actually going to point to like a whole other conversation of like, do you need to even go to school?
Yeah.
That could be our next prompt.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. If you have AI, do you need to go to school?
Do you need to go to school? Entry level positions right now. So like to kind of bring us back to the original question.
Yeah.
Do I feel that entry level positions are going to be safe in the next 5 years? It depends. I do think some are in trouble right now.
Yep.
I don't know what robotics is going to play in the next 5 years in terms of blue collar stuff.
I agree.
I am worried for entry level positions. I am worried for senior level positions in this development space and software space.
For sure.
We're all in trouble too.
Yep.
And so I don't think like in our mind, like this is how I would cap off this podcast is I don't think in our mind, how we would always think of entry level, intermediate, senior, it's not the case anymore.
Yep.
Especially in my field, it's like an entry and a senior. If you could just come in and you know how to use AI, it's a commodity at this point. Code is starting to become a commodity, and so now the level of experience is futile. I'd say.
I think I look at AI as another employee.
Yeah, it can definitely be another employee. I do think your experience, for sure, like even in my space, will weigh heavily on like how do I handle this situation, or how should I think about this or design it? And if you leave it up to AI today, in my experience, it can mess up or won't have the foresight to think long term and how to pivot. And so you got to have the experience to be able to understand how to handle that. and that's where the senior levels come into play. But at the same time, if you're just trying to get an app from the ground up and build an MVP, you would need to hire a CTO, a a tech lead, like, yeah.
Safest job from AI.
Carpentry. Was the number one AI tool that you're using today that most people don't know about?
Honestly, like, I think chat projects.
Chat projects?
Chat projects.
Cool.
Yep. Chat projects. I use it every single day.
Yeah.
Most people know about chat. Not a lot of people maybe know about the projects.
Yeah.
System prompts for each. They're fantastic. Most overpaid role in tech.
The junior software engineers in Silicon Valley that are being paid to start $200K. That's crazy to me. Yeah. What is one AI tool that you have used that is just absolute garbage?
It's absolute garbage.
Yeah.
One AI tool I use that's absolute garbage. Chat PRD.
Chat PRD, I haven't even heard of it. Yeah.
It sucks.
Is it?
It's supposed to build PRDs and has like templates for like, and so for people that don't know what PRDs are, product requirement documents. Usually when you have a scope, you build a PRD, has like the acceptance criteria. I recently just tried using it.
Yeah.
Complete garbage, misunderstood the project completely. I redid it in chat projects.
It just sounds like an app that just shouldn't even exist. Like, why not just say create PRD in ChatGPT?
Yeah, that's exactly it. And it did so much better. So yeah, chat PRD, sorry, but not sorry.
There you go. Yeah. Yeah.
As a dev, number one AI tool you should be using right now.
Cursive. I live and breathe that shit, man.
Yeah.
Cursor.
Get me on that ultra plan, yeah.
Yeah, seriously, I'll ask you the same question. But not as a dev, what is the number one AI tool that you use today that like you can't live without?
That I can't live without. I want to keep staying away from chat, so I'm going to go beyond that. But I think the next tool, honestly, is like the Gemini ecosystem.
Okay.
Yeah, because I find actually like when it comes to image creation, video creation, it's pretty top notch. Yeah.
Bananas.
Yeah, sure. It's pretty good. I won't lie, Sora is pretty good too on like the chat side, but like I would say Gemini's been one that's been slowly creeping up for me.
Yeah.
More on the creative side.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. Most overrated AI fear.
Overrated AI fear is that AI is going to kill us all.
Fair, yeah, okay.
Yeah, and this is the reason why. So AI is going to kill us all, which really just means like robotics is going to come and kill us, is really what we're saying. And so if you're talking about robots, robots don't have a life expectancy. Like they live forever, and so what's the rush to kill us? Unless we're a threat to them. And if we're not a threat to them, then why would they come and kill us? I mean, you'd want some humans around. Like we have animals around that were at the top of the food chain, and so why weren't we killing all these animals?
True.
And so if they're more intelligent than we are, why would they kill us? I know you love space as well. How do you see AI impacting space?
Oh my God. This makes me kind of sad actually. Yeah. But I think we're gonna have space travel. Like, I don't think humans are gonna have to travel space. And I think that just because AI will allow us to go so much further than we ever will. So that's my take. Is that like I think we already have a lot of non-human space travel, but I just think with AI, it makes it less, like, why should we go when we can just send things out, other than the fact that maybe we want to go to different planets ourselves and colonize them. But if you take that out of the picture, it's just like we can explore probably further with machine and AI than we can, because we don't need to necessarily be there to see it. But that makes me sad because I have an urge to want to go see it.
I think you and every other, like, I think it's just a humanistic thing. Like we're
to explore.
We're explorers by nature.
Yeah. On the positive side, I do think it will allow us to travel further.
I do think so too.
Mm-hmm.
I do think so too. Yeah.
Why do you think so? What's your take on that? I'll ask that right back.
Yeah. I just think with more data that we have and the more power that we're able to create, it just makes more sense to risk an AI to go out further than a human life. And so by definition, if we're going to keep risking at first AI to go further, AI will always be further because that's how we're starting.
Gotcha. An AI tool that you use that not a lot of people know about.
An AI tool I use and people know about, Whisperflow is a good one. Whisperflow is an AI system where you're able to essentially just speak to your computer. And it's not just a simple text to speech, but it can also perform actions for you on your behalf. And so you don't need to just sit there and do it. The Raycast is another great one too. But Whisperflow, I would say. I know you're a big reader too. If you're just getting into the world of AI, what is the number one book you would recommend someone to read to start their journey in AI?
I think not just for AI in particular, but I like for tech. If you're building a tech business, like Software as a Science is a great book to start. I'll be honest, I haven't read many books about AI. Most of my learnings from AI come from AI.
There you go.
So yeah, I have that book recommendation, Software as a Science, for tech in general. But go learn about AI. Just go ask AI. New one I've been working on actually is just using Notebook LM.
Yeah.
Great way to learn. If you want to learn just like through like this podcast format,
Yeah.
it's a great way to learn.